Okay, this segment is about solving problems that involve cost and revenue functions. Now, cost function is a business issue, obviously. The cost function is usually notated capital C of x in function notation, so we know it's cost. And it represents the money that you need to spend, or the money that has been spent to create a product or start up a business or something like that. And revenue is represented by capital R of x often. That's the revenue function, and it represents the money you make, or money received. I had to think about how to spell that. There you go. So they often they're obviously closely related because you have to cover the money you spend with the money that you receive. If you receive more money than cost, you're making a profit. Until then, you have not made a profit. And when they meet, it's called the break-even point. That is, a break-even point is when cost has been covered by revenue, and then you can start making a profit. So that's often represented as when C of x, I'll put when there, you should put that in your notes, when C of x equals R of x, or when cost matches revenue. So take a moment, pause the video, and take a moment to write this down, and then we're going to solve it. Okay? So now you've got it written down. Let's make the functions and solve this equation. First of all, the cost function, C of x, involves both variable costs, we call them, and fixed costs. The fixed cost is the $2,000 worth of new equipment they spent, and to set up the manufacturing line. And then the variable cost per box was $1.50. So we write that cost function like this: $1.50x plus 2,000, and that's with x representing the number of boxes. So each time they make a box, it costs $1.50 to make it. That's where the 150x comes from, plus 2,000. The revenue for those boxes, R of x, well, if you look over what you just wrote, it says they sell for $4 a piece. So that would be $4 times x. And you could write that without the zeros there if you like. 4x is fine. So the way to solve this equation, this pair of equations, this system of equations, is to substitute R of x for C of x. They're equal when we break even. So $4 times x equals $1.50x plus 2,000. Okay? So we need to solve this equation now to find out x, the number of boxes that it would take to break even in this situation. First thing we do is get the x's together by subtracting 150x from both sides. And $1.50 times x subtracted from $4 times x would leave $2.50 times x. These two are opposites, so they add to 0. We can eliminate them. And what's left on the right here is 2,000. Then to find x, we just divide by 2.50 on both sides. And so when we divide by 2.5 on both sides, we end up with x over here, because the 2.5s divide to 1. That eliminates those. And on the other side, we get 800. So it takes 800 boxes to break even and cover all the costs.